restaurant in town, they probably would put Beef Wellington on the menu for a romantic Valentine's dinner. The price would be insane because it's such a labor-intensive and difficult thing to do, something that a lot of us wouldn't tackle at home. Let this guy in Kansas City Steak do it for you. Now, you've done Beef Wellingtons before, but not in a long time.
That's right.
And we've never, ever had this new, bigger size of the 8 ounce. This is our first time brand new on QVC.
It absolutely is. You know, first off, a lot of people may not know what Beef Wellington is. So if I can, Jane, just real quick, let me tell you everyone what Beef Wellington is. So first off, Beef Wellington is some great things. It's filet mignon. That's the best part. Okay, so remember, Western Kansas corn-fed aged beef filet mignon. The most expensive cut of beef, the most wanted cut of beef is the filet mignon, of course. Then what we do is we take that filet, we make this wild mushroom duxelle, which is basically mushrooms and shallots, a little bit of garlic and some thyme that's cooked down almost into a paste, and we coat it right on top of the filet right there. Then, to make it even better, you coat it, or you crust it with puff pastry. You put a little butter of egg wash on there, and it is one of the most decadent, high-end gourmet things you're ever going to try in your entire life.
I mean, not every restaurant carries it because not every chef can tackle it.
Yeah.
But this is perfect every single time. And it's brand new to QVC, and it's coming to you in time for Valentine's Day dinner. Now, how long will it stay in the freezer,
They'll
Greg?
stay in your freezer a year.
Wow.
So they cook from frozen, and they can stay in your freezer. So you want to talk about, instead of going to that meal or that restaurant like you talked about, let us do it for you. It takes 36 to 38 minutes in your oven from frozen, so it doesn't take a lot of planning. And you know, just take a look at this. That big, thick Western Kansas filet mignon, that duxelle, as you can remember, right, that wild mushroom I talked on top there. Then that buttery, flaky, melt in your mouth, puff pastry that gets golden brown. We even make a little rosette out of it on top with the puff pastry.
It's wrapped in love.
It's wrapped in love. We haven't spared anything. It is truly one of the greatest things you're ever gonna make, and you didn't have to do anything. You followed the simple instructions, 400-degree oven. For medium rare, like I have in like a demonstration right there, for medium rare, 36 to 38 minutes in most ovens, but you can use a meat thermometer. It'll get nice and golden brown, and you're done.
Right, that's it.
Impress your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, whoever it is.
Because think about it, you can get a 4 count of the 8 ounce Beef Wellington, biggest size, first time we've ever done this. I mean, we haven't had Beef Wellingtons in about 3 years from Kansas City Steak, and they are the best. They are the people that are providing those steaks to those white covered, the place where you go in and they say, ma'am, you're in a dark dress. Would you like a black napkin?
Put the suit jacket on, right? Yeah,
and
I'm not doing that. I don't even own a suit,
thank you very much. Now, we can eat in our jammies if we want to. But the best part about this is it's the kind of food you aspire to. If you went to that best restaurant, this is what you'd order. It's going to be on your table. You're going to make it so easily in time for Valentine's Day because we guarantee it. I know it's Monday and Valentine's Day Saturday. It's still getting there.
It's still getting there. Remember, no worry about thawing these out or doing anything like that. These are cooked from frozen, so it couldn't be any easier. Here's how they come packaged too, individually packed. So look, maybe you're sharing it with another couple or something like that, you know, and you want to have 4 of them. Perfectly fine. Go ahead and do that. Make your side dishes, make your desserts, make whatever you want. But this one you don't have to worry about. About 45 minutes. I do recommend giving it a few more minutes. Now, even though I said it takes 36 to 38 minutes to cook, like a lot of the steaks and like a lot of things I talk about, give this about 5 or 8 minutes or so at least to let it rest.
Yeah,
like any other steak. You always want to do that. It just gives the steak time to kind of rest and allow the juices to climb right back up. If you try to cut this right away, right out of the oven, it's going to kind of, you'll lose all the juices and all the flavor right there.
And I got an update. Okay, so in the 8 count, right, 200 to go around. In the 4 count, which has been the most popular choice, fewer than 100 to go around. And okay, so if the 4 count sells out, first of all, you're saving another $20 by getting the 8 count.
Yeah.
We just said, Greg told you, this will stay in your freezer up to a year and be as just as succulent a year from now as it's gonna be on Saturday night, if that's when you decide to make it. So then you start thinking about Dad's Day and the graduation dinner, and you're like, well, okay, why don't I just save money and go right to that? Because, I mean, I remember the first time this was ever ordered. My in-laws were very sweet but very elegant people, and they threw this very fancy, at a lovely restaurant near them, engagement dinner. And my dad was so amazed that a bunch of them shared the Chateaubriand, which is just the larger version of this.
Exactly right.
And I mean, he would give it that accent. My dad was Italian, but loved to throw a French accent at anything. And he was like, oh, Chateaubriand. I think
that sounds like Dan Wheeler. He likes to do that. He
I think my in-laws wondered, what family is my son marrying into? Because these people are all a little goofy. But anyway, I can still remember that meal, and I remember them bringing out, like they were bringing out the crown jewels.
Yep.
This is a big deal that you're making from frozen in your oven in about, what, 35, 40 minutes.
Right.
And Sandy from New Jersey's on the
Okay.
line. Hi, Sandy.
Hey,
Welcome
Sandy.
to QVC.
Hi,
Meet Greg
Jane.
Shockley.
Greg, how are you?
Good, how's it going?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm glad to see that Beef Wellingtons are back.
Nice.
I
3
guess
years.
It's been a while since they've been on, and I get a lot of my food from QVC, and these are wonderful.
You know, I'm glad you said that. I know you've probably tried these in the past too, but
I have.
you know this already. Look how beautiful. As Jane talked about, we spare no expense, and you eat with your eyes first. We want to give you something really beautiful. I just took this one off the platter here. We do that nice ribbon on the top of the puff pastry. It gets beautifully golden brown. So even presentation-wise on your plate, it is absolutely, you know it's going to be great, and it certainly doesn't disappoint.
And Sandy, whether it's dinner for one on Valentine's Day or dinner for 8, we got you covered,
That's
right?
right.
It's just dinner for one right now.
But you know what, Sandy? I have no luck on Valentine's Day. Like, it's only until my kids were born that I finally started to kind of like it, but only for them. So I'm with you, girl. You and I could sit out, feed up. You can make this for one, and you have a beautiful dinner no matter what day of the year it is.
I know, and right now I'm at the Jersey Shore. There are not many restaurants open right now.
No.
Right.
No, we're at the Jersey Shore, Sandy.
I'm in Wildwood.
Oh, well, you know me, I'm a Wildwood Crest girl. Why have we not gotten together on the boardwalk? That's what I want to know.
They don't have Beef Wellington on the
They
boardwalk
don't
there.
have Beef Wellington on the boardwalk. No, they don't. Well, Sandy, if I run into you, come up and say hi, because we spend a lot of time in Wildwood.
I will.
Thanks,
okay.
Sandy.
Thanks, Sandy. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
And Sandy's right. I'm actually going to be there for a couple days next week. She's in a spot where there's not a lot of restaurants open, but even if you have a lot of restaurants open, not many restaurants carry Beef Wellington because the chefs will say it's too much work.
Yeah,
it's too hard.
It's too much work. It's too hard. Why do it yourself? Don't go out to that expensive restaurant. I mean, Jane, seriously, for what you're going to pay for this.
I'm sorry.
gourmet-
I
Yep.
have to jump in.
Yep.
Okay, so the 4 count is gone. The 8 count has 6 dozen left.
Okay.
And that is it. So
All right.
clearly, we should not have waited 3 years to bring back the Beef Wellington. But coming up at the end of the
We
show,
won't wait that long this
no,
time.
please don't. In about a half hour, we'll get Greg and my answer. We know Leah's going for the works. I got a little poll on Facebook page with a burger, basic or the works. We'll ask you then. I'll get my answer now. But I'm married to the opposite when it comes to burgers. So if we ever get them mixed up, it's not good. Not good, Leah. Not good.
Are you the works?
Of course she's works. Yeah, about it.
I gotta try that Beef Wellington before it's all gone. If you're just joining us, Jane and I are together, and we're bringing a gourmet holiday that's all about Valentine's Day, because everything we're presenting will be there in time. So I wanted you to take a look at what I have in front of me. If I say to you Valentine's Day and Mrs. Prindables, you're probably thinking, well, that means I'm gonna get apples.